Hello, listeners, and welcome back to another episode of the Beautiful Game podcast. And with my right-hand man, Dej, what are you saying to me, bro?
I'm blessed, bro, man. Can't complain. We're in the middle of like a heat wave right now, But how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Before we dive into it, subscribe to the YouTube channel, smash the like button, and if you want to continue seeing interviews like this, please leave a comment below. So we're delighted to announce we're joined with Arsenal's Kido Taylor-HART.
Welcome to the platform, bro. Love for coming down. We appreciate it. How you doing? You good?
I'm alright, good.
Yeah, so obviously the season's about to start. So in the like pre-season period, holiday. So what have you been up to during like your holidays and the pre-season period?
Yeah, I've done a few sessions with a few of the players, just with like personal coaches and that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had a little holiday.
Yeah.
Obviously, and then came back, a few sessions again, and then we're just into pre-season now. Started like, when was it? Like 22nd of June?
Okay, so you've been in there for a bit. That's like a month.
Yeah.
So like, how have the sessions been? Has it been like a lot of ball work, a lot of intensive running? Because I see online some players, they're just running around doing like...
Yeah, the start, like when we first came back, there was no
no balls.
I came on the pitch, I saw no balls,
yeah.
but I like gradually, obviously, they started bringing balls, started doing matches and that, possessions. But now we still do running. We do a lot of running.
Cool.
And how you feeling physically? Obviously, the season's near, and how you feeling at the moment?
Nah, good. Getting match fitness up. Like we started off doing like 30 minutes. Like they'll change players 30 minutes, then 45, then 60. I'm on like 75 now, and then next game 90. Got a game on Tuesday.
So what was your approach? Because I know last season you had a bit of like a long-term injury. Then towards the end of the season you came back for 2 games, and you had obviously that brilliant game against Man United. So were you sort of looking forward to a holiday, or were you thinking like, I'm good to go, man, I'm fit, can't the season just continue sort of thing?
I was thinking like that. Like it was like I just came back.
Yeah.
So I wanted to carry on, but just how it is. Like, I had a few injuries that season. I had I got a pivot overload and I had my knee. But it's just part of the game.
Of course.
How difficult was it with those injuries? Like trying to recover, going through the rehab process. How was it?
It was quite difficult, especially because last season I had quite a good season. So I was hoping to just carry that form on. Obviously, I started off the season good, and then I just got injured, and then it was hard, but you get it. It's just part of it.
Yeah, so what goes into that, like psychologically? Because we see footballers obviously playing football, people in the media say, oh yeah, they're earning lots of money, etc. But especially for like a young player, like how is it going through that period? Like what thoughts were going through your head?
I was just trying to get back as quick as possible. I can't lie. I was just trying to get back as quick as possible. Especially the timing of it, like how my form was alright, and then I just got injured, and I was supposed to go to. I had like a week in Plymouth. But the day before I left, that's when I got injured.
Yeah.
I left on the Monday, and we had a match against Crystal Palace on the Sunday. I got injured in that game, and then I couldn't go to Plymouth.
Yeah. So you're saying Plymouth on loan?
It wasn't alone. It was like kind of like to see if they want me on loan.
Oh, okay, kind of
cool. And how were your friends and family during the time of being injured? How were the club as well? Did they give you like extra support in terms of like making sure you're all right and all of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. My friends and family, they're always there. Yeah, definitely. My dad, my mum, brother, they're always there. The club, they just tried their hardest to get me back. Yeah, I've done like personal sessions with some of the physios, like recovery. Because of the injury, it was more like I have to build strength in that area. So it was quite hard, like the sessions we were doing.
Yeah, so like obviously coming back to this season, like what's your thoughts ahead of the coming season? Like what's your mindset going into it? Is there any sort of like goals and objectives of what you want to achieve personally?
Yeah, now I'm just trying to get some like consistent games, because since the injury I haven't really had like obviously when I came back from injury there was only about 3 games left anyway.
Yeah.
So I never really got like to get in my flow. So I'm just trying to get some consistent games.
In that United game, it looked like you were in your flow, man. Yeah, that left back, and he's been on the bench like for United. Yeah. You really gave him some work, man. Because I've been the left back, and like you have those games where you come off and you're thinking, that was a long one. You had my number, sort of thing. Yeah. So how's that experience playing at Old Trafford?
No, that was big. Because I have. But I was supposed to play in the Emirates. I think was it the game before? before I got injured, and then I never got to play there.
Yeah.
So I have played in stadiums, but Old Trafford's just that's like a whole nother experience. It's big, like it's big. It feels bigger than it like actually is. Like it's crazy.
And it suits your game as well because you're like speed, elegant on the ball, etc.
Yeah,
so
it's good. I like that.
So what would you say are your strengths and your weaknesses? I asked Brooke the same thing, so I'm gonna ask you. What would you say is your strength? What do you need to work on as well?
Strengths, I say like skill, like close ball control, speed, like 1v1 attacking and stuff like that. And defense is probably like staying switched on at all times. Like sometimes the ball will be on the other side of the pitch, and I'm thinking like I'm not really involved, and then you just have to stay focused. And then obviously like 1v1 defending, heading and stuff like that. I need to work on stuff like that.
Yeah, because when I watch you play, immediately what came to my mind is like Leroy Sané. You look like elegant on the ball, like you've got quick feet, very quick, very direct. You attack your fullback kind of thing. Is he someone? Obviously, I'm not saying you want to model your game on him, but is he someone that you look at and think, oh, I like what I see?
Yeah, definitely.
Who doesn't?
Literally, nah, definitely. If that's a compliment. And I remember, like on Twitter, they were saying like the hailing Leroy Sané.
Okay, I haven't even seen that. Yeah. So what other players do you sort of like look at in those attacking areas? Because nowadays we see fullbacks getting numbers. When you look at teams like Liverpool, the Mane, Salahs, they're posting up numbers, goals and assists. Like, so what sort of players in those wide positions do you look at and think, oh, they're doing their thing?
There's loads of them. Obviously, I'm like a big Sterling fan.
Yeah.
I just like how he plays the game. Makes the back post. The guy just gets 10 plus goals a season just making the back post.
Yeah.
That's one thing I need to work on as well. Just looking in the back post, because sometimes I just switched off. But that's definitely Leroy Sané, of course. Sterling, Phil Foden, Mane. The Premier League. The quality is just there. It's just there. Yeah,
and like, how do you know when you like have the beating of your fullback? Because obviously Dej was saying that he played fullback when he was younger, and there's some games, the winger's got me on toast. I have to be real. There's nothing I can do. Whether I run back, run forward, he's beating me. So is there some sort of indications during the game where you think, you know what, I'm having a field day, or how does it feel?
I try to the first thing I do when I get the ball, like early in the game, is try to take him on just to see, just to see if I have him or not. If not, then obviously I'll keep trying. But there's a certain point where you need to just like obviously cut in and like link up or something like that. But if I have him on toast, then I want the ball like 24. So I just want to get him.
So like when you're playing as well, just say if you don't have the fullback on toast, do you have like the freedom to switch sides and think, okay, let me give the other fullback a look, etc.?
Yeah, definitely. We do that all the coach wants us to start doing that, like play with more freedom. You get sometimes play striker, the striker goes on the left, switch wings if it's not working for you, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, you're gone.
No, I was just gonna ask. So, what would you say are obviously you said that you want to play regular football in terms of like playing more men's football, but like, what are your personal aims and ambitions for this season, this upcoming season? Should I say?
More like goals and statistics and stuff like that.
Statistics,
goals. I just want. It all depends on like how many games you play, if I go on loan, stuff like that. But I'm hoping like 10 plus goals, 8 assists, stuff like that. But nah, I'm aiming higher than, because obviously I just want to run a game. That's my main goal, like just a run of games, get my flow going.
So is this at first team level or?
I haven't made my decision yet, but 23s on loan, either way, I want to just get a run of games.
So like we've got quite a bit of a decent Arsenal following our interviews with like Per Mertesacker, Eddie Nketiah, Brooke as well. Yeah. So if I was to ask you, who are you? What would you say? Who is Kido Taylor-HART? Like, what do you stand for? Like, what's your interest, etc.? Like, what is at your core? If you understand.
Like as a player, or just me? And
as a human,
me in general.
Don't get all shy on that.
I don't know.
It might be a deep question, isn't it?
I need to think about that one. I don't know.
Okay, you know what? To make it easier, as a player, what do you represent?
Represent freedom.
Yeah.
Like just expressing yourself. Because the entertainment sport at the end of the day. So I want like people like off their feet, like excited to see me play. You get it?
And so as a human, like, because I speak to people in the game and they sort of tell me that Kido, he's got a big like social empathy kind of thing. You want to kind of give back. You want to make sure like people from your community are well looked after. And it's not just about Kido the footballer, it's about Kido the man. So like, what sort of things drove you to be so like compassionate and empathize with your community?
Just because I know that just like anywhere in London, like it's not exactly the easiest, let's say, to like pick that path to stay focused and choose football, whatever it is. You get education, music, whatever. Like, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do, especially when you have so many distractions. So I'm just trying to help out any way I can, because I know where that other path can take you.
Yeah. So when you talk about the other path, like growing up, did you see that sort of environment? Because we're all from like South London, North London, and there's obviously like gang culture. You can fall in with the wrong crowd. Like you're maybe one bad decision away from a totally different life. So did you face those sort of trappings growing up about having to like maybe sort of navigate carefully the decisions you make?
Nah, definitely. It was just like, I'd say from about 13 to about 17, even like early 18, was like, decisions had to be made, like, if you know what I mean? Like, it was obviously the distractions, you have to keep your head, like, it was hard, but when you see certain things and you see where it can take you, it kind of like takes you to that other path, because you know where it can go. You get it?
So take us, it's a lovely segue. So take us back to the beginning, North London. How was it?
No, it was alright. It was great growing up. I wasn't even born in like a football family. Okay. Like, I didn't really know one watched football in my family. You get it? That was more like my mum done running and my dad done rugby.
Okay, so you're from a sporting background though. Okay, yeah.
But no one like watched football in my house. There were no flags in the room and stuff like that. But I started football when I was about 7. I'd say about 7. And then I was just...
So, sorry, what made you pick football? Because you're saying no one in your family watched it or cared about it, should I say?
Yeah, no one cared about it.
So what made you say, oh, Dad, Mum, I want to play football?
It wasn't even like that. I remember I was just playing. It was just like, you see, in school, primary school, I was just playing in the field and that with the kids after school. And then one of the parents said to my dad, like, oh, your son's quite good at football. And he was thinking, like that's new news to me. You get it? Like, he's never heard of that. Like, I've never shown no interest in football before. You get it? And then obviously he was like, okay, cool. If that's what you want to do, then you get it. We might as well try to set you up something. So I went on trial. No, what was it? Oh yeah, I was at a Sunday league club called Football Focus, and the coach there, Sean Daly, got me a trial at Arsenal, and started from there.
Yeah, because you're one of a few players that have obviously come from like a community program and made it like close to the first team. So like, what does that mean to you as well?
Nah, it's big, because not like a lot of people will start off at the academy. I went to the development centre. I went to the development centre, then the Arsenal Academy. So now it's good. It just shows how where you can go if you just work hard.
What was the steps from going from not playing football to going into like a Sunday league?
I'm not gonna lie. I can't remember that, but I just know that there was literally like no interest, and then suddenly a parent just said to my dad that your son's good at football, and then after that we just started training, because my dad's one of them people, like, if you want to do something, then do it, like do it 100%, but don't be like 50-50. Like,
so like, when did you clock, like, hold on, I've actually got legs in this game, like I'm good? Like, was it 12, 11, like
I'd say when I thought I was actually good, like 13, 14 maybe.
Okay. And at that time, you were already at Arsenal?
Yeah, I was at Arsenal.
Okay, and who was the part of your age group? Is there anyone that you're still with now?
Yeah, there's a few, like Nathan Butler. There's a few younger, like Keon.
Oh, yeah.
Edwards. Tyrese Briscoe. Oh, no, he's not here. Tyrese Briscoe. Like that age group was good though. Like we had we had a very good team. Like we had Yunus Musa. Obviously Mikel was still there. Mikel was still here. So now we had a good age group.
Cool. So obviously you get your first pro contract when exactly?
18. I can't remember the exact month. But like,
okay. How was that feeling?
Nah, that was big.
How big?
That was big. Still.
that must be a dream come true.
Nah,
like Arsenal fan, been there from when you're 7 years of age. So like, how was it when the club approached you and said, "Listen, you're ready. Like, we want you to put pen to paper"?
No, it was mad because a lot of people already had their pro. So I was looking back like, am I actually gonna get it? But
so do you get like an inkling, like it's 50-50, or you think, oh, they like me, they're staying?
Yeah,
like, how do you know?
Like, it depends. If you're playing a lot, then you're in your head. You're most likely like, or if you're just like if you're making noise, like most likely you're gonna get a pro, and you know it, and like, you know yourself. But there is an inkling, like they show you a little bit, but they don't tell you like straight up from early like you're gonna get a pro. Some people got early pros, but I didn't get an early pro.
Yeah, so like we touched on it a bit before about like your social like empathy and stuff like that. So are there like any projects that you're interested in starting, or is there any things that you're doing off the pitch already to like help out in your community?
Yeah, well, me and my agent, my dad, like my brother, my older brother, we're trying to start. We haven't put it into like play yet, but we're trying to start something for like young kids in Haringey to do during, whether that's summer or during the season, just to have something to do after school, like a football. It wouldn't just be football, mainly football, but it'd be education, stuff like that, just to help.
Big man, big up, man.
No, thank you.
And how's Per Mertesacker been with the academy?
Nah, he's good. He has a big part to play. Like he's hands on. Like
yeah,
I remember
they call him the BFG. It's proper. Like,
he's hands on. He's joined in the sessions sometimes.
Is it?
What, he can still play?
Yeah, I remember when he first started. He joined in with sessions before.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to be 1v1 versus you.
And is it one of those ones where he gives you confidence because he's been there, he's done it, he's won World Cups? Is it one of those ones that when he speaks, you just have to listen kind of thing? You have to listen.
He's got unlimited experience. You have to, whatever he says, you have to take it on you. There's no arguing back. There's no arguing back. You just have to take it in.
Obviously, like you're 19, so you're at the beginning of your career. Obviously, it might be another deep question, but if I ask you, what do you want from football? Like, what sort of achievements do you want to like extract from the game? So like when you retire, I don't know, at 35, 36, 37, you look back and say, oh, you know what, I achieved that.
Yeah, obviously the Premier League, Champions League, hopefully World Cup, stuff like that. No, but big, like.
No, that's good, man. I love the mentality, like you're thinking big. But
yeah, definitely.
And I saw that Jack Wilshere recently joined as, is it the under-18s?
Yeah, under-18s coach.
Have you had a conversation with him or?
Not really, but we were just on tour. We went to Scotland with and the 18s were there as well, so he was there. Okay. But no, I haven't really had a sat down with him, but he's a very good coach because he coached us for a little bit as well.
And how was that?
When he first came back. No, it was good because again, his experience is
and he still play.
Yeah, he was joining them. When he came back, like originally came back, he was training with the 23s. He was training with us like every day.
It's funny because you actually have a story.
Yeah. I played against him. I think under 15 level. So there was like a night tournament that they used to do. I don't know if they're doing it now. And obviously, like Arsenal, we got them in like the quarterfinals. Yeah. Before the game, the manager was like, "Listen," like, I was telling one of the central midfielders, like, "Listen, like, you got to track Jack in it. This is a man v man job. Like, we need to get this guy out of the game because he's like central to what they do, etc." Innit? The guy ended up scoring like 2 goals, one off the crossbar, went in, finished, lost the game 2-1.
No,
he's a joke.
His talent's a joke. Can't lie.
So like, in terms of when you were under him during these sessions, like, what's his sort of outlook on the game? Like, how does he want football to be played?
1 or 2 touch.
Yeah. I was expecting that.
1 or 2 touch, just round the corners, 1-2s, like. But he's another one that's expressive, like you saw the Norwich goal, like he's a
one touch, bang, bang, bang.
Like his the way his man works is too quick. Like he'll see a pass before it's even there. Like the player's not even there. Yeah, he's seeing a pass. Like it's crazy.
Cool. Had any more in terms?
Yeah, like I just wanted to ask. Obviously, I know. Obviously, a few weeks ago there was like some perspective sort of owner came out and gave an interview, and he was like, "Oh, there's a kid at Arsenal called Kido Taylor-HART that if I take over, he's someone that we're gonna look to bring in." Obviously, I don't want to talk about it too much because you're a young player, etc. But how did it feel, sort of knowing like a prospective owner is sort of like talking you up as a young player?
No, it felt good because as a young player, you don't really feel, or maybe some people do, but I don't like feel people that high looking at me. You get? I'm thinking about 23's coaches and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was surprised when he said my name because but it was good though. It felt good.
Yeah, it feels like obviously you're being looked at, you're wanted, you're respected, and you're rated. Because as you mentioned, like being a young player, sometimes you might not feel seen. You understand, innit? So for him to pick you out, that was big.
What's and have like Birmingham been in contact with your agent, or have they like spoken to your family or anything?
I'm not sure, but the last thing I heard, that's literally I know the same as everyone else.
Like you gotta give that media answer, innit? Hey, don't let the agent kill me,
innit? Cool. So I think we'll move on to life outside football.
So like talking about the ends, like how do you see it? Have you had to like maybe distance yourself from people, like kind of like, listen, I got love from you, but it's gonna have to be from afar kind of thing because I'm trying to do my thing? And if so, like how have your friends from like the ends taken that?
Nah, definitely, like loads of times. A lot of friends have had to do that. But
their reaction sort of like love, like listen, bro, do your thing, man.
Yeah, a lot.
You want to see? Yeah.
Some of them, you get my closest ones that I actually care about. They did that. They're happy for me. You get. They want to see me, even if that's far away from them, or if I'm not talking to them every day. They want me to shine regardless. But other people are done. You know how that goes. That's life. Yeah.
And in terms of like fashion, would you say you're into your drip and all of that stuff, or you just keep it cash?
Nah, not really. Not really. Nah.
You got the Palm Angels, the J's as well.
What J's are those?
What, threes, I think. I know.
Matching, innit? That pink look. So like, in terms of like music, like which artists are like you listening to? I know Central C right now, he's got a mad buzz, like he dropped a tune.
Bro, you know what it is? At our age, bro, we can't keep up, bro. We youngsters, we can't. It's little this, little that. I'm like, bro, I don't know these, man.
Say Little Dirt, Little Baby or something.
Yeah.
But UK, Central C, Dave, obviously.
Yeah.
You get.
He's a wordsmith.
You know what's mad? They actually, I went wireless, and Burna Boy was meant to be performing, but he pulled out, so they replaced him with Central C.
Yeah.
So, and he was decent. I'm not gonna say he's a Burner replacement, but
in terms of that younger demographic right now, he's just killing it.
He's killing it right now.
Yeah.
No, he's killing
even
it.
like all digged out.
Yeah.
They're
good. They're good still. I like US music.
Okay, you're more towards that side.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is that? Baby and Dirk,
Dirk, Future, Gunna, things like that.
What about Roddy Ricch? Are you feeling him or not?
I used to be a big Roddy Ricch fan, not no more. I haven't even heard none of his
you didn't listen to his new?
Nah.
Okay.
So like in terms of obviously right now, you told us a decision hasn't been made about your future, but like when I look at Arsenal's roster, some of the youngsters like they've gone abroad. Like Emil Smith-Rowe, he's obviously gone to Germany to play. Would you be open like to going abroad if the club thought that was like best for your development?
Yeah, definitely. I see my it took certain players. Reece Nelson went abroad.
Yeah.
Ripped up over there. Emil ripped it up. You get it. So definitely 100%.
I wanted to ask you, like, when you see, I think I asked Brooke the same thing, so I'm kind of regurgitating the same gist, but I think it's important for the public to hear. So like when you see players like Eddie, Bukayo Saka, Emil, let's say for example someone that took another path like Josh De Silva or Malcolm Eboué, when you see these players like breaking through and playing minutes consistently in the Premier League, does that like inspire you?
Nah, big, like it inspires me a lot, especially Bukayo because of how close that age is. Yeah, he's only a year. He's a year older than me, so just seeing that how that's only let's say that's like a year that's only a year apart. You get it? So it's not like it's.
So have you ever like played with him? Like, do you have a relationship with him?
Yeah, close. He was, because some of us used to play up, like me, Eunice, Mikel, Nathan used to play up with that age group, and so we used to play with him a lot. But he hasn't changed at all.
Okay.
He's always just been a baller. He's always been a baller.
Yeah. And I know, obviously, last season before the injury, you obviously trained with like the first team and stuff like that. So how was that experience, like training with like the main men, the big men kind of thing? How did you sort of like stack up physically? Because I know from 23s to men's football, it's
hard. It was hard.
Yeah.
It's faster.
You see people like Granite Shaka, they'll
exactly.
clamp.
Probably taking these touches around them. It's crazy. Nah, it's hard though. Like, it's a big step up. Like, you wouldn't expect it to be, because 23s and it's not actually a big age. Like, you're still playing with people about 23, 24. But just because the experience, the speed, the strength, like, just even playing up there, you're gonna get stronger. Like, you get. But no, it was hard, dude.
And do you have to like strike a balance between like expressing yourself and then keeping it simple? Because like if you express yourself and you shag, you're thinking, or is it one of those ones where you get the ball, it's one touch? Like, what's the balance?
You just have to pick your times. Yeah, you don't want to do too much. Like, where you're just
I'll go for this guy.
You don't want people looking at you like, why's this guy?
No, but it's that thing though. But say if you believe in yourself and you want to take on free man, and you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, if you believe in yourself, you can do your thing.
Yeah, because I remember there was like a story. I remember obviously we've had on the podcast, it's unrelated, but like someone like a Charlie Masunda, obviously he's like a skill guy, and I think he might have dubsed up says Fabregas in it, and they're like, says Fabregas was like, listen, that's disrespectful, like this is the first thing, you don't do that kind of thing.
Nah, I don't believe in that. Nah, I think if that's your game, you get it. But they put you up there for a reason. So clearly whatever you're doing in the 23s they're liking it. So if you're doing that in the 23s, then why not come? But as long as you can do it, you get it when you're playing with them players. And
because nowadays, I was just going to say, it seems like the modern game is more like robotic, like it's 1-2 touch. And you don't really get these wingers that want to beat 3-4, like a Wilshere. You get what I mean? Like, you don't really get that anymore. So would you say you're more on the vibe of, listen, I'm 1v1, I want to take on my man, I want to rip them to shreds, or is it about goals, assists, getting in the box, back post?
I think you need to find like a balance, because there's some players that will just rip their man and then they're crossing it off the pitch. You get it? So if you find a balance, like you can rip your man if you're getting goals as well and assists and stuff like that, then that's what I would like to aim for.
So do you have like a relationship with Mikel Arteta? Because I know obviously he likes these youngsters, he likes giving them words of wisdom and stuff like that. So what's your sort of relationship with him?
Yeah, when I first went up, we spoke quite a lot. Like, he's not one of them people that will just X you out when you're training. That, like, he'll still cheat you. Like, he'll cheat like a first team player. Like, he'll give you advice. If you're doing something wrong, he'll tell you. Like, if you do something good, he'll tell you. Like, no, but he's good.
That's good.
And any final thoughts from your end? Is there anything you want to say to the Arsenal fans?
Hopefully, I don't know what to say. You get it. Hopefully, I get some minutes this season, and I'll show what I can do.
So, if there was one thing that Arsenal fans don't know about you, like, what would it be? So, like, what's a sort of secret or something that's not out there yet?
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Nothing really.
Nothing really.
It could be anything. Do you like cooking? What's your hobbies outside?
Yeah.
I think
you're bad. Was it toast and beans or what is it?
I'm struggling. Straight pasta. I can't
okay. Cool. No, that's calm, man. We've enjoyed catching up with you.
No, thank you.
Obviously, you're definitely one for the future, and like we've had a lot of demand from fans, like speak to like the next generation of players that are coming through, and we've definitely earmarked you as one that, you know, all things going well, you know, touch wood, you can have a great future in the game.
Definitely, and we're going to be supporting your journey, and we're your biggest your fans, and we wish you the best in the future in the immediate future.
I appreciate it.
No worries, bro. We're going to leave it there. That's another episode of the Beautiful Game podcast. I got Coach laughing in the background. He knows I'm dropping a clinic today, but subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Beautiful Game Podcast. Follow the Twitter at podcast_TBG. Follow the Instagram at pod_TBG. Leave a comment, like the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.